Sanbanani guys, welcome back to yet another video, and we are speaking about the latest episode of Queendom. So you guys, this episode starts off with Ukamahlangu. She is sitting with Uketiwe and Untando at their room, and they are discussing like this whole thing andile and how in disbelief they are. So Ukamahlangu is, speaking to Uketiwe uzamumduduza. She's like, Mhlampe umntwana andile, he was traumatized too much from the cave, and Mhlampe was bulala or something like that. And Uketiwe looks at her and she's like, cha, bambulele. Like, there's nothing that Uketi was doubting. She just knows that her man would never kill himself. With Bambulelo. Okamahlang was like, maybe kona something like emvelele, like maybe something came upon him, and what maybe on the why he lost his mind at that point. Uketi was like, nope. U-Andile did not take impilo yakhe. They killed him. Bambulele. Ukamahlangu goes on to say, Keti ngiyazi ukuthi ubuhlungu manje kodwa I'm asking you ukuthi you need to be careful. Keti wambheka athi why? Why mele ngibe careful? Ukamahlangu responds and says, lama accusation wakho like azongenisa enkingeni. These walls lie in this palace. They have ears, Keti. I'm asking you, please, like, be careful in the words that you're using. Uketiwe goes on to say, yazi labantu bakhohlakele, like uyakhumbula ukuthi basenzani thina. You know that they are capable of this. Kamahlangu goes on to say, Keti, like yakhumbula, like what happened to me, like I accused Ebo of killing my son, like I turned into a bad person, Lana. So like I know like what you're going through, and I don't want you to go through that same thing of everyone looking at you ngathi wena you want to break apart the family. Untando goes on to say, yobo kubuhlungu ma ukubona, like to see you in that stage. She's speaking to Kamahlangu ukuthi it was a painful thing to see Kamahlangu go through the grief of losing her son. But Untando goes on to ask ukuthi like yini, like what made you ukuthi usole Ebo out of all people. Ukamahlangu goes on to say, before Ebo died, Ubanzi had decided ukuthi umkhuseli was going to become the next king. So Ntando goes on to ask ukuthi, so Ubanzi wanted to make umkhuseli the next king ahead of Ebo. Ketiwe goes on to say, yabo, lento engiyikhulumayo ukuthi these accusations engizikhulumayo, they not far off from these people. Yo, Ukamahlangu goes on to say, and Ebo, he was the last person to see my son alive. Ketiwe just goes on to say, yabo, like I'm not wrong, you guys. Untando goes on to say, so umbulele because you wanted to sit esihlalweni sobukhosi. Amahlangu goes on to say, bengicabanga lokho ekuqaleni ukuthi yes, maybe umbulele because Ebo wanted to sit esihlalweni sobukhosi. Kodwa-ke I realized ukuthi ngenza iphutha because Ebo, he did not know anything about that. The fact that Ubanji wanted to make umkhuseli a king after him, it was a secret. So she thinks that Ebo knew nothing about it, and hence she's saying ukuthi she made a mistake. Maybe Ebo was not the one. So Untando looks at her and Untando asks Ukamahlangu, then if not Ebo, then who do you think did it? Ukamahlangu goes on to respond and says, ukuthi maybe like isebenzi zalana, like one of the people who were working here must have did it. Untando was like, hi, chama, like isebenzi, like for what reason, like what do they benefit by doing that? Ukamahlangu goes on to say, ukuthi mina konke engikushoyo is that Khethu ungavumeli ulaka lakho to tear this family apart. Because I almost did that. I almost let Ulagalami to tear this family apart by accusing people. Ketiwe goes on to say, wuti li right Ulagalam, li right Ulagalam, because mina, I'm not part of this family. Ubanzi made sure wuti I'm not part of this family. So I don't care what my anger does towards this family. uKamahlangu goes on to say, Katie, uBanzi is really, uAmanzi, he's really trying to do the right thing now. Maybe like, abangela, like maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you should actually apologize. Uamanzi. Now, guys, this situation is awkward because these are best friends. uKamahlangu and uKetiwe are best friends. But the thing is, uKamahlangu, she's caught in between crossroads because this is her husband. And for the first time ever, she saw her husband, Ubanzi, give the throne to uAndile. And she then saw, Uti, maybe Akukuga, maybe he's turning she got hope in her husband. But then again, this is her best friend, and her best friend, she knows what Ubanzi has done to the best friend. And the best friend, which is Uketi, is telling her that I know what Ubanzi is capable of. So uKamahlangu, maybe she's blinded, you guys. She does not want to see things for what they are because she is really in a difficult position. So anyway, we see uPoto. Poto is digging, guys, digging umhlabathi somewhere egadini or something like that. And he realizes which is isikhwama bekaphathiswe sona is no longer there. Remember uKamahlangu gave uPoto isikhwama, but we didn't know which is isikhwama sani, which is sinani. Mina, I thought it had some sort of information against uNcebo. So uPoto is panicking, isikhwama sekho. And he's like, yo, it can't be. He's panicking because uKamahlangu was gonna kill him. Like, she trusted him to hide isikhwama for her rather. So then uPoto goes to uNyambose. Nyambose ngfunana nesikhwama in awusibonanga watch out. Nyambose goes on to say, hey, lesa sikhwama besigcwele imali. Ngisitholile. So uPoto is happy. He's happy ukuthi at least isikhwama sithole umuntu amaziyo and isikhwama si-right. Nyambose goes on to say ukuthi kodwa ke isikhwama is no longer with me because I gave it to uAmanzi. Your UPoto goes mad ukuthi why would you do such a thing? Like you've got me in trouble. Unyambose is like, Poto wena noKamahlangu, like you guys are stealing from uAmanzi. And then Poto goes on to say, no, Mina, I was just saying to Uti, I didn't know where the money was coming from and whatnot. I don't know if it was really money, guys. uKamahlangu, where was she getting so much money from? I don't know what's going on with that part of the story, but we're gonna find out. Then we see Uketi where she walks into the room and Untando is sitting on the bed. As Uketi walks into the room, she sits next to Untando. And Uketi says, Aibo, like ngiyazama ukuba stronger. Kodwa namhlanje was supposed to be the day ubaba wakho is placed esitulweni sobukhosi, you guys. And you can see it's a hard thing for Uketiwe, you guys. She's mourning the love of her life all over again. So Untando moves closer to her. She hugs her. Uketiwe is like, kanti abantu abanjani laba, like abantu abanjani ababulela like one of their own, like they kill their own. Untando was like, Tama, umzila ukuthi uKamahlangu utheni ukuthi we must not accuse anyone without any proof. Uketiwe goes on to say to Untando that kodwa umzwile uKamahlangu ukuthi utheni ngomcebo, that he is just like his father, ukuthi ufana nobaba wakhe. Ufana nobaba wakhe. Uncebo is power hungry, just like uBanzi. Untando goes on to say, hey, ma, maybe uKamahlangu, maybe her head is clouded to see the truth, to see things for what they really are. Uketiwe goes on to say, Uncebo was not happy that uAndile was going to be on the throne. Abantu balana bakhohlakele basically. Tando goes on to say, with your lendawo, like this place is evil. Abantu balana bayabulalana. They kill one another and batwela manga abantu balana. Untando goes on to say, Wuti, Kota, like in all of this that we've been talking about, how is it that we are eliminating Ubanzi? Why are we not adding Ubanzi? How sure are we that Ubanzi did not have a hand in Andile's dying? So Uketiwe goes on to say, no, Kumbula Ubanzi is the one who actually wanted, who gave uAndile isitulo sobukhosi. And Dan was like, Ma, you can't say that. Ubanzi is the same guy that Benofungi Ngozi basically kept Ubaba in a cave for 30 years. Like, how do you think Uguti, like, this is far-fetched from him now? Like, what if he was willing to do anything to make himself look innocent and then plot against Ubaba? Yo, Uketio goes on to say, Wuti Eish, if only uwena wa manzi, andile, if only he listened to us, Wuti, expose us ubanzi ngaleso skati, we wouldn't be in the situation. Umtando goes on to say, Wuti, Ushuti, it's our responsibility to now expose ubanzi. Then, guys, we see another scene where people from Ebukosine, I guess, they visit Vincent's house and they come and bear the news ukuthi uwena wamanzi andile umuntu andile ukuthi sekashonile. They bear the news ukuthi sekashonile. And obviously, Vincent, he's in disbelief. He's worried ukuthi umfazi wakhe, how is umfazi wakhe doing, as he's asking ukuthi umfazi wami yena unjani, ukhethiwe unjani, uthola yena unjani, bambheka ukuthi uthola thola ma. Then he asks ukuthi unjani ukhethiwe umfazi wami and whatnot. Thabang, while he's busy saying that, uThabang's like, yes, unjani umfazi wami untando. I'm like, umfazi wakho wena ushade kuphi? Then, as Tabang ekhuluma kanjalo, one of the spokesperson from the royal household, Ampege, like he looks at Utabang and he's like, wena ngathi ngiyakwazi. And then Tabang's like, yes, yangazi, the last time you guys came and fetched ukhethiwe beno ntando, I was here. He's like, no man, bani gama lakho wena mfana. Tabang goes on to say, Kamalamu Tabang, at yo, like you are that guy that said which you like you are from Ekahlamba, you are the prince, which you shade nontando, whatnot. And I was laughing, guys, because now he was lying about that, and now what they say ukuthi ulohuzano uThabang mela hlawule, guys, he needs to hlawula for lying and saying that he is from the royal household when he is not. Kathi Thabang was fageng ingenunganamali. Right? Anyway, guys, we see another scene where Uketiwe, it's like she's running out of the house and she's getting fresh air. So I'm guessing wherever she was at, she was feeling claustrophobic and she ran out to get fresh air. So Ubambelele Sasin, she's holding on a tree to get fresh air. And while she's getting fresh air, guys, flashbacks are coming back. Flashbacks are coming to the day she saw and she witnessed Ubanzi stabbing Uandile when they were way younger. Flashbacks are coming to the day Uandile came with Usanusi to her when she had thought he's dead already. Flashbacks to the day she was saying to Uandile, Uti, I will forever choose you, Uti, I choose you, and she's crying there, guys. Manje mega kala, like she Ebo comes, but the direction is coming at, he is like Uketi was showing her back because Ubambelele shashin. So Ebo comes. And then he's like, kumnandi la egadini yasekhaya uyazizulela nje kamnandi egadini yasekhaya. Kodwa hayi ngeke ngikusole because it's refreshing. But all I need to tell you is that you need to be careful. Because inyama akufanelanga ukuthi they're comfortable in the presence of lions. So basically, prey is not supposed to be comfortable in the place of lions because remember, lions eat inyama, lions eat prey. Kodwa ke bengithanda ukududuza ngithi nxese, and then you hold her shoulders. Yeah. Now, I can't see her facial expression, which we are color because I can only see her back. But she was so irritated when Ebo held her shoulder. I'm like, as Ebo ya delela. Yo, Ketiwe runs back into the house. She's telling Untando Utintando Pagisha Manje. That which Ebo told me that was a threat. Pagisha Manje. And Dando's like, what ama? Ebo, he was just he was just trying usabisa nje and whatnot. Ketty was like, Ntando ngithepha ngisha manje, like asambe, like we are not gonna die in this place. Untando decides to fold her arms and says, ukuthi mina ngiyindawo, mina ngisilona igwala. Hayibo. Ketty looks at her and she's like, oh, okay. So when amobheka mina manje ubona igwala. You see igwala, you see a coward when you're looking at me. Then Untando says, angishongo kanjalo, I didn't say that, ma'am. Then uKethiwe says, but she implied it. The only reason, Ushukethiwe manje, the only reason you are alive today is because I turned into igwala. The only reason why you are alive today is because I ran away with you while you were in my stomach. I have tried to safeguard you all of your life, and that is the reason why you are alive today. I am not going to die, Lana. I'm not going to be killed by these people. So if sala, but I am leaving. Untando begs her mother and says, Manga, I was not trying to say that. All I'm asking, Wuti, like, let's not play the story all over again of running away. Let's face these people head on, because we can't continue living like this. Hi, Kat. Then we see another scene where Ubanzi, he called a council meeting, guys, and one of the council members is mentioning to Ubanzi ukuthi abantu baseKhahlamba, they want to know ukuthi umntwana uAndile ubulalwe yini. What was the cause of his death? Ubanzi goes on to say, ngelishwa ke, usemhlanganweni wrong, because lo mhlangano esikuwo manje, we are coming to discuss ukuthi somlalisa kanjani umntwana uAndile, hayi ukuthi these like gossips and all of that. So one of the council members says ukuthi according to Khahlamba's laws, a person who died, I'm not sure what that person wanted to say because Ubanzi cut the person off, but it seems to be that that abantu, like there's a place where royalty is buried, and Andile, it seems to be that he doesn't qualify because he was not placed into Ubukhosi or something like that. Angazi, guys. But anyway, as that person's trying to say whatever he's trying to say, Uandile, Ubanzi cuts him off and says, Wuti, Tina, usho mina ke manje, Tina sizomngcwaba umntwana uAndile as if he was a king. He's going to get a burial umngcwabo of a person who was a king. Yo? Ebo looks so irritated, and I'm looking at Ebo. I'm like, Ebo, did you not do enough? You killed him, fine. So why ufuna ukhalela like imali of the way uAndile is going to be buried? Ebo goes on to say, wena wamanzi, uAndile was not yet a king. So masimwaba as a king, people are going to be confused. So adan like elele et akad. Banji goes on to say, there's not going to be no confusion. Akekho umuntu obengazi ukuthi umntwana uAndile, he was a heir yabukhosi, an heir yabukhosi. So nje, that is final. Uzongcwaba kanjani. Ubanji goes on to say ukuthi uzokhuluma noDalutolo to start the preparations for the funeral. He goes on to say, hey, cause kwanabanye nje who are thugs who have been fighting umntwana uAndile for isihlalo sobukhosi. Basically, that was him throwing a jab at uNcebo. Then we also see, guys, Uncebo having a conversation with his mother. And basically, as I said, that Uncebo's mother, she knows that Uncebo is responsible for Andile's death because she says the way Kuseli passed away and the way Andile passed away, these things are very similar. Then ababheka umawakhe athi ma uzama ukuthini, uzama ukuthi mina ngibulela uAndile. Then Ncebo's mother says, no, Ncebo, mina, I am your mother. I know you, Ncebo. So all I'm asking Ncebo, because basically Ncebo is asking umawakhe ukuthi akayomkhulumela noBanzi so that Banzi can bury uAndile eTsakane, and Andile must not get the burial of a king. Umawakhe amtshela ukuthi, you know what? uAndile, the way he's buried, that's the least of your worries. into that you need to be focusing on now is focusing on how you're going to get yourself on that throne. So can you see ukuthi Madam Ebo, she's also the one who's fueling this thing which is inside Ebo. Then lastly, guys, we see a scene where Uketiwe is sitting with Untando, and Vincent called her to check up on her. Let's skip that because really, like, he just checks up on her with Unjani, whatnot. She says she's fine. She let them know about the burial. Then Ubanzi walks in. As Ubanzi walks in, he says to them, Gizwilu ukuthi bengicele umhlangano nami. So Uketiwe goes on to say, yes, mina nginesicelo. Since it's u-Andile's burial approaching, bengicela ukuthi uSanusi must be part of lo mngcwabo. Bengicela ukuthi uSanusi must be the one that is leading the ceremony yomngcwabo. So King Banzi declines. He says, no, that's not going to happen. I know ukuthi the only reason he's saying no is because uSanusi is the one other person who knows for sure what Ubanzi and Ungozi did. So Ketiwe goes on to say, fine, if uSanusi can't be there, so somthathu andile siyomngcwabele tsakani. So Banzi ends up then saying ukuthi, fine, mthatheni ke niyomngcwabele tsakani le yenu. And then it ends like that. I've got a feeling that there's going to be some sort of pride that Ubanzi is going to have, and then he's going to end up agreeing to Uketiwe's request. But let's see how that plays out, you guys. Let's pause it right there. Tell me what you think of this latest episode. Please do make sure you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge, and I'll see you guys in the next one.